We're working our way down and we're all the way now on Module 3, which is where we're going to talk about saving your workbooks. Once you create that new file, you're going to want to go ahead and save it so that you don't lose any of that information. We also read some formulas and we really don't want to lose those. After we save our work, we can always hit the save button whenever we want to go ahead and update that and save all of our work. Let's go ahead and save that particular file we've been working on so that we can find it next time we want to use it. Anywhere in the computer that you're working on a file that you'd like to save, you're going to see there are two options. There's going to be a save and a save as. The very first time you're saving the file, it's going to take you to the Save As window so that you can name the file and also tell, in this case Excel, where you'd like to save that file. If I'd already saved it once and I make any changes to that file, I'll want to hit the Save option frequently to update my work. If I forget to do that and I go to close Excel, it will ask me would I like to save my changes. Make sure you say yes, because the first time you say no, you'll wish you had done that. Now my first clue that this has not been saved is, notice the name of the file is Book 1. Chances are if I had saved it, I would have given it some name that would help me remember what's in this particular file. You'll notice that when you're looking at your toolbar here, you do have a Save button right here, but you could also go through your File tab, which takes you into the Backstage view, and you'll be able to save here, and you'll have different formats you can save your file in as well. You'll notice on this list, here's your Save and your Save As. I'm going to choose the Save As option in this case. The first thing you'll notice is that it will show you any recent folders that you have been working in or any files, and you'll see them listed here. This is our first one, so we don't see anything listed here. The next choice we get is to save this to OneDrive. Now let me tell you what this is. You might have noticed that everything is going out to the cloud now, and that basically means that instead of saving your work on a hard drive or somewhere on your computer or a flash drive, people are opting to save those out in the cloud, out on the internet somewhere, so they can pull them up whenever they have access to the internet. Microsoft has something called OneDrive. It's free. You just sign up for it, you get a username and password, and that way you can save your files there, and if you go on vacation somewhere around the world, you can log into the internet and then be able to pull up your files. It's just Microsoft's version is all it is. If you've ever used Google Docs, it's very similar. It's just Microsoft's version. It's called OneDrive. You can choose to save this to your PC, which we're going to do. You could add a place, which has to do with adding a network, but let's talk about Browse for a moment. This is where you're going to save most things. You're going to use the Browse option. Browse allows you to look in your computer and find a place you'd like to save your file. If you decide, for example, that you'd like to save it in Documents, then you can go ahead and give it a name. Now you'll want to leave that .xlsx that you see there. I'm going to call this one my sales report. And as long as I know where I've saved it, then I'll be able to look for it and find it very easily the next time. I'm going to hit Save, and now you'll see that my title bar has changed to reflect my sales report. Remember, if I make any change to this, even just a space, Excel is going to ask me if I'd like to save it when I go to close it. So make sure that you actually do that. Now, after I've already made some changes to this, if I want to hit the Save button up here frequently, I can certainly do that, or go back to File and choose Save that way. Either way is going to work fine. It doesn't ask you a thing, it just automatically saves your work for you. Let me go back to File for a moment, and I want you to notice that you're going to have some other options when you're saving. You're going to be able to go down and actually share this. You're going to be able to export this. And I want to talk to you about some of those options, but we're going to do it over in the second part of this particular section, which is where we talk about file extensions and some other things you can do when you're saving your files.